Hi, and welcome back to Blue's Garden. Picking some fresh blueberries from Cape Cod. Stole some from my brother's property and some from the street near where I am in Truro. And making blueberry jam. Am enjoying my fall. So, what I do is in the garden season, all spring, summer, and early fall, I do a lot of picking, harvesting, cooking. But things like fruit, the blueberries, raspberries, um, beach plums, I don't make the jams until October. So after I rinse my blueberries and destem them, I will actually take and freeze them. Same as I do for the beach plum and the raspberries. And then I make the fruit jams, jellies, liqueurs, and whatnot sometime in October after the bulk of the gardening season. So this is making blueberry jam. As I said, during the summer and early fall, I collect blueberries, destem them, rinse them, pick any leaves out, and then I put them into Ziplocs and I freeze them. I take October for doing the cooking, making the jams, jellies, and any kind of liqueurs, blueberry liqueur or whatever. I then, when it's time to do it, take all the blueberries out and defrost them overnight, a couple of hours overnight. Gather all my supplies, lemon, sugar, blueberries, and some sure gel. 4 cups of blueberries, 4 cups of sugar, box of sure gel, teaspoon of butter, and 1 pat of butter, a half teaspoon of butter, and a half teaspoon of the lemon juice. So make it in smaller batches. I do a good job of mash, but not really macerate. Mash the blueberries down, cook them, and mash them down. Don't macerate, but because it's jam, you want some of that stuff in there still. So 4 cups blueberry, again, make it in smaller batches if you have a lot of blueberries. Otherwise, it'll have a hard time gelling. 1 pat of butter, half a teaspoon of lemon juice, and 1 box of the sure gel. And be careful with your knife. Don't do like I do. Do as I say, not as I do. Add the sure gel in. Eventually, if I'll listen to myself. Add the sure gel in, and then bring this up to a boil, stirring constantly. Meanwhile, I've got my jars and lids and rings all boiling so that they are sterilized. Get that done while you're bringing your juice and pectin and the blueberries to a boil. You're going to want it a rolling boil. Now, a rolling boil is when you can stir it and it does not stop the boil. A rolling boil is, see, I'm stirring it, and when I take the spoon out, it is still boiling. That is a rolling boil. If you can touch the spoon to the thing and it does stop boiling, that's not a rolling boil yet. When it's at a rolling boil, add in the sugar. I just add it, stir, get it all in there. Bring it back up to a boil. Bring it back up to a boil. Now, once it's at a rolling boil, as soon as it's at a rolling boil, set your timer for 1 minute. 1 minute. Be careful of this. That's important. At 1 minute, take it off, counting down 4, 3, 2, 1. At 1 minute, take it off the heat. Then, for me, this just goes easier. You could use the ladle and just spoon it in. I just use a measuring cup. It's just a lot easier. I use one of these. It's perfect for canning. It protects the lip of the jar from getting a mess on it, and the mess on there just makes it easier to get a good seal. And then go ahead and jar it all up. I like to add some to each jar as much as I can and then add it in so that you don't have all the liquid in one jar you end up. So fill them all up much as you can. I'm going to ask that you do something very important here. Don't do like I did. One of these becomes a disaster. After you've poured it all in, clean off all the rims. It's important that the rims are clean before you put your lids on and then tighten it down with the rings. I like to wipe off the rims too. You can see my mess. Ignore that. Don't look over there. Yeah, oops, sorry. In they go into the water bath. I do this. It helps to both set the lids and also make sure that the jelly is going to be stable, shelf stable. I'm not going to tell you how much. You have to look up your elevation to see how long you should do your water bath for. But water bath, the appropriate amount, it's usually between 8 and 12 minutes or so. It depends on what your sea level or up in the mountains. And then we are done. Pretty simple, isn't it? There are lower sugar methods. What can I say? Sweet tooth. If I'm not eating chocolate, I'm eating something sweet. I don't put salt on my foods, but I am a sucker for some sweet stuff. I don't eat jams and jellies every day. The beach plum that I make is a little bit less sugar. The blueberry is definitely a 1-to-1, pretty close to 1-to-1. So to reiterate, it's important not to make the batches in too large an amount. It's just, it'll mess up how it all gels. So if you have to, make it in two smaller batches. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. That helps me grow, and that helps you grow. Thank you very much.